morning, Warriors. Your boy Garrett J. White, the Master Coach Mentor, coming at you with a little wake-up wad here from Ladera Ranch, California, actually just outside. I'm out for a big, huge run today. Could have got a second run this afternoon. We're starting into the double-day training with running and swimming and cycling as we taper down and start getting focused 5 months from now for Ironman Coeur d'Alene. Shout out to my 6 warriors who are doing Ironman Coeur d'Alene with me, 4 of you for the very first time competing in your first Ironman. I love you, I respect you, good shit. Today's message in the wake-up walk comes down to one simple game, and it comes down to a conversation called maintain your game and deal with the pain, and has everything to do with a young lady I talked to yesterday who's excited, nervous about her wedding day and about being sexy naked when it comes to that night here 5 months from now. I'll talk to you about that here in just a second. But before I get into it, if you are a modern day warrior man and or woman, and you are looking for the tips and tricks to getting into the game for you every single day and having it all, ultimately to be more, do more, and suck less, living what we call the Warriors way, you got 2 options: access a crap load of content every single week that will support you on that journey. First off, at wakeupwarrior.com, a video series there just for you. And the second, the Wake Up Warrior app, found in iTunes and Google Play Store. So if you have not downloaded the Wake Up Warrior app, what the hell? Get your ass over to the iTunes and Google Play Store today and download that app so that you got one access point on your phone with 100% of Warrior content, 100% of the time on demand, when you want it, how you want it. So here's the message. I'm out here today running. You can see out here across the valley. We've got the nice, beautiful sun coming up this morning. We've got a whole bunch of construction. I'm going to talk about that foundational game going on right here in this development that's being built down the road from us. I actually live up and over this little hill here and up over the next like 4 or 5 hills back that direction about 5 miles. So here's the deal. Yesterday I'm going to have surgery, and I have a little surgery with this cyst that's been taken out on my back. This cyst itself has been around for years and years for me. It flares up, goes down, flares up, goes down, and finally me and my doctor just decided, listen, time to quit screwing around and time to just extract this shit from your back. Well, we took it out, and it was a pretty big size cyst, and so one of the assignments he gave me was to run and to cycle, but no swimming, no CrossFit for the next 10 days to 2 weeks so the stitch line can heal up. Unlike me in the past, I've decided to comply. So yesterday, as I'm about to check out and pay for my surgery and get them handled financially, thanking them for what they were up to, the 3 girls who had supported in part of that surgery and were the part of the checkout, we started having a conversation. Now, I'm a pretty fit guy, and I wear a shirt that says Wake Up Warrior, Be More, Do More, Suck Less pretty much every damn day. This tends to create a lot of fun conversations with people all over the place, and particularly in the conversation of fitness, food, and how to go about the game. So as I got into conversation with this gal who was supporting in the surgery, she said to me, she said, well, I'm getting married in 5 months, and what are your thoughts about Herbalife? And then she said, what are your thoughts about this shake and this supplement and this thing? And I said, listen, here's my thoughts. Let's start with a question. And the question I asked her, I said, do you feel sexy right now? She said, no. I said, okay, clear. So in the game of maintain your game and deal with the pain, the first step is to get really clear about what you actually are feeling right now. In her experience, I said, do you feel sexy? She said, no. I said, do you want to feel sexy on your wedding night? She said, yes. I said, okay. Here's another question. What if you could simply shift in your mind your feeling of sexy about who you are right now? And she sat there stunned for a second and thought, well, I don't know. I said, well, just consider for a second, what if in your mind, this 25, 30 pounds you think you need to lose, what if you could actually be okay with being sexy with how you are right now? I mean, I'm talking about full on stripping your clothes down with your fiance, aka when you get married, whenever you choose that you could get naked, be sexually on fire with him, stand in front of a mirror and absolutely love what you were looking at. And she's like, well, I don't love what I'm looking at. I said, okay, good, so you want to change it, but I'm going to have you consider that this has everything to do with your head, because I know plenty of women who are absolutely lean, bodied out, and guess what? Their sexy factor is at an all-time low. So I'm going to tell you this, that your sexiness and your power and the possibilities you see in your life comes about by the way you fucking think about yourself way more than the actual reality outside of you, and that most people are not experiencing the hell that you're putting yourself through. Second thing she said to me, she said, well, how can I go about losing this 30 pounds in the next, 3 to 4 months? And I said, listen, here's my question. Do you want to be sexy long term, or do you just want to be sexy on your wedding night and then fucking fall apart again? She said, well, I want to be sexy long term. I said, okay, great. Here's my advice. Stop the game of trying to create by subtraction and learn to create a long-term game that you can maintain by addition. For example, these construction sites that are going on down here, these houses they're building, if that foundation itself is weak, if they can't maintain the foundation of these homes, they all fall off the fucking hill and everybody dies. Right? So the game is, can I build and can I maintain? Vice versa, this home building company that's down here, if they have one big huge weekend or a big 90-day push, but then they don't have any jobs for the next 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, then their success is not long-lived, and ultimately they experience the peak high and the peak low. So I looked at her and I said, listen, if you want to be sexy long-term, then give yourself the time to change the way that you operate and change the way that you experience life. And she said, okay, well, what would I do? I said, well, the first thing you can start with is daily fitness. The second thing, that's an addition. The second thing you can start doing is drink a green smoothie every single morning. That is addition. And she said, what else? I said, how about you prove you can do that for a month and then we'll talk about what else? And she's like, well, by this time, all the girls in the entire office have moved themselves around to be standing by me in this conversation, and our conversation continues, and I end up with the following principle with them, and that's this. And it's the same principle I'm going to share with you. It's a principle that applies to business, it's a principle that applies to marriage, it's a principle that applies to fitness, to marketing, to selling, to social media, to parenting, and it's this. Number one, you will never create shit through the process of subtraction. You have a way better shot of building what you want by simply getting focused on the things you want to add to your life and stop focusing on all the shit you think you need to stop doing or get rid of in your life. Number two, this game of maintain, nobody wants a one-weekend hero husband. Nobody wants a one-weekend hero parent. Nobody wants a one-weekend 90-day challenge. I got lean and mean and then I got fat and not so lean for the rest of my life. What if your life itself simply became this? Pick something today you could add and prove that you can do that shit for a month. And then prove you can do it again for 2 months. And then prove it again you can do for 3 months. And then you add something else. I look around the marketplace and I look at so many people. If you just handled your shit you needed to handle today, and you could prove to yourself and to the marketplace that you can maintain that game every single day, well, guess what? Your life in less than 12 months would fucking change in ways you cannot even imagine. My friends, have a great rest of your day. I'm off to finish my run and take my girls to school. If you have not downloaded the Wake Up Warrior app, get your ass over to iTunes and Google Play and download that app today. One location, 100% of the content, 100% of the time. This is Garrett J. White signing off, reminding you that power in today's marketplace, the modern day warrior, comes down to the simple formula of authenticity. Be real, get raw, and stay relevant with a ruthless commitment to creating big ass results today.